Okay, today we are looking at advanced maths. In advanced maths, it includes 35 of exam, 35% of exam. And it is approximately 16 question. And also this 16 question includes hardest questions of exam. Okay, let's start from exponents. For exponent, when we have x as an exponent, it's called exponential expression, like this, some sort of. Here A is called base, x called exponent, and b is result. You can think it like that. Here, most important rule is like this. NTH, when you have expression like this, let's say it is a, let's say it is x with power of b. It is equal to x with power of b over a. Most of the time questions related to that one in exam. And also we have some shortcut here. I also want to write them. When you write square root here, it will be like this. When you write cube root, it will be like that. And when you write nth root, it will be like this. You can find them from here also. You have square root here. Here. And also you have nth root here. But when you write from here, you will lose a little time. So that's why memorize that shortcut and use it at the exam when needed. Do you have any question from here? Okay, another in rules which probably you know all of them. A with power of b, x with power of a multiplied by x with power of b is equal to x with power of a plus b. Like this. When it is division, like x over a over x with power of b, it is equal to a minus b. When it is like this, x with power of a and with power of b, it will be equal to x with power of ab. Okay, now let's look some question from exam, if you don't have any question. You can also read these rules from here, but there's no any harder rule. Okay, and also we have last one. This rules a plus b squared is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. When it is minus, it will be minus. And when it is a squared minus b squared, it will be a plus b and a minus b. I also write them here. Square root of a is a squared and etc. Okay, it's all from here. Now let's do question. Okay, this question type, it's asked like 3 times in SAT exam. Let's look how to solve it. Suada, do you have an opinion? Bu, bu, 5. And also we have another equation here. We have to find n from here. What's your opinion? Can you? Like this or I mean like this. But no. Actually, you must do it like this. Instead of t here, you can write this expression. So it will be like this. When you write instead of t, p with power of 2n minus 1, it will be 3 over 4 multiplied by 2n minus 1. Then their exponent will be equal to each other. Then you have to solve it. Any question? Okay, then you can write instead of equal this sign and you will get value of n. If you want, you can also change it to fraction. Like this. Buradan kimse sual var. Hami aydındı bu. Tamam. You can do it like that. It is the actual best method for me. But if you want also, you can do it like this. Let's remove all of them. You can write equation here. Nth root 5 p square is equal to t with power of 3 over 4. And also we have t is equal to p with power of 2n minus 1. You can do here if you want substitution like this. Let's write instead of t this expression. Okay, after doing like that, you can give some value instead of p. Let's say that p is equal to, for example, 3. Niye götürmedi? Evet, subject burada. Just wait. Tamam, bu olmalı. Okay, let's say that. Look here. Let's say that p is equal to 10. Then let's find t from here. It will be 3.41 for 155. Let's write this number instead of t. And let's find p from here. Okay, p is equal to 10. We say p is equal to 10. So let's find m from here. Also, you can use this method. It's also correct. Any question? Okay, another question is that one. Here, this expression is equal to that one, and we have to find value of x from here. Lisa, do you want to share your opinion how to find x from this equation? Can you repeat again? Tercih diyebilirsen. Okay, let's say that we write it like that in Desmos. Then, do you have opinion? Okay, it will be like that. We can do it like this. We can eliminate this 6 and 3, 2, I mean. It will be like that, right? Then let's write instead of 8, 8 and a because it is not important in question. So we can write it like that. Then we can convert all of them to exponent. A with power of 1 over 5 multiplied by a with power of 1 over 3 is equal to a with power of 30x, right? After that, when it is multiplication like that, it means that we have to add their exponent 1 over 5 plus 1 over 5 plus 1 over 3. It is equal to 30x. Then we have to find x from here. You can look to Desmos 0.01778, or you can also find it from here. Okay, let's say that you got this answer. You can write it like that, 4 over 225, or you can write it like this, 0.017. Because it's 5 character, you cannot write additional 7 here. Or you can write dot 0177. Okay, its first method, We have also another method here. You can see that it asks about x and we have one equation. When we have this type of question, it means probably n will be eliminated in the solution and we will get value of x. So there's no any importance of n. It says that n is greater than 1. So let's write instead of x, x1. When it is x, it is variable. When it is x1, it is constant. Variable mean it has a lot of value, like in function, but x1 means that it has, let's say, 1 value. Then let's write here instead of equal sign this way. Then let's write n is equal to open list 2, 3, 4, and you will get answer. Aydındı. Okay, also you can write it like that. It says that n is greater than 1. Let's write 2 and let's change this value. When you change this value, you can see that x1 will be equal to this value, so it means that is correct. Also, when you write it like that, it will give you this fraction form. Aydın'da sual var. Tamam. Except these two questions, most questions like this, you have to just know this expression is equal to x with power of m over 5. Yani sofa bunlarla gel olur. Belemezsen kadar düşürdü. Another important part of let's say first part of advanced mathematics is polynomials. Most of the time in SAT they ask polynomial like this. So here you have to just open bracket. You have to be careful because I saw some student who make here calculation mistake. You can write that one to decimals and these options to decimals. You can look which graph are same, but it will take your time. Yəni Desmos yazıb qrafikinə də baxa bilərsiniz, amma vaxtınız alacaq. Onu eləməyin. Sadəcə diqqətli olun burada. Bəli.
Mən imtahanda belə yazdım. Size A yazdım.
Amma biri çıxdı da, düzdür.
Evet.
Amma vaxtın gelir də, yəni o da var. Onu da fikirləş. Yəni belə sualları Desmos. Balaca olsa ki, yaza bilərsən. Yeah, there's no need to write it to decimals. If it was like that, yes, actually it is better to write to decimals because some students doing mistake when open this type of equation. Okay, this one. This one is a little bit harder. You can say it is a little bit complicated expression. But when you look at the second part, you can see it is actually Necə? Bəli, right. We can make x, y out of bracket, it will be x minus 6 and another x minus 6. And it will be y plus 5 and x minus 6. Then we can eliminate that part and then we can eliminate that part. It will be like this. Then you can write it like x multiplied by x minus 6 with power of y plus 5 multiplied by x minus 6. Then you need to do simplification here. It will be x squared minus 6x. Səhv yapdıq. Y plus 5 multiplied by x minus. Buradaysan.
Yani bir bana eksin.
Ha, bura. Tamam. Okay, then you have to open also that one and you have to add them. But when you look to answer, you can see only C includes two, let's say, part here. So it means that we have to multiply our answer by y and we will get C. Answer is C here. Bu bilmirəm nə var soruşdu. It asked it also twice. It's also same with that one.
Yeah. Period.
For this type of question, instead of opening all of them, you can think it like that. Just wait. Okay, look here. When we multiple 4 by 8x, we will get 32x, right? So it is not 32, it is not 32. Then let's look difference between C and D. Okay, this part is different, right? Just wait. Okay, only this part are different from each other. You can do it like that. You can write instead of x1, then you can calculate its value. It's also good method actually. 3 minus 1 plus 4 will be equal to 6. 5 plus 8 will be 13. 13 multiplied by 6 will be 78. When you write here 1, 15 plus 29 will be 44. 76. Değerli gözlüğüm diye olmadı. 15, 44 eden ver işte. Yoksa yukarı hesapladım belki. 3, 1, 2, 6, 60, 78. 44, 76. 76 28 sanda. Ve niye olmadı biri boyunda? Saatte yapamıyor. 15, 30, 9, 44, 44'ten 32, 76. Burada bilmirəm. Ya bu sualda bir problem var yoxsa, amma yox, məncə əvvəl işləmişim, problem yox. İndi nə səhv edirəm? Nəsə, bilmədim burada nə səhv.
Mənim Desmos da vermədi.
Yox, burada bura bir qoyanda bu heç birində alınmadı. Biraz qəribə oldu. 3'ü buna yaşlayan belə 3'ü buna vurdun 15 x 5. 3'ü buna vurdun 24. X üstü 4. Buradan da 5 çıxırsan. Bu eləyir. Bunlardan biridir. Bura eynidir. 20 kvadratı. Cavab C kimidir. Bir dənə baxaq C-yə. Niyə 1 verəndə alınmadı ki? Fərqli C-dən bu. Yeah, when you multiple 3x cubed to 8x squared, what you will get 24, right? When you multiple 5 by x squared, you will get 5 from here, so it will be 19 probably. Let's also, okay, 19 is that one, 21, 29 is that one, so they are not same. Probably, yes, probably. 15 yaşcan da bunlar da yok zaten yazmışım. Okay, it is option A. It is not also same, right? Farklı. En oldu da bu aydan. 15x üstü 5, 19x üstü 8x küp 20x. Tamam. Let's check B. Ne buna bakın bunu düz yazdım. Böyle, bu da böyle tamam. 15x üstü 5, 19 üstü 4, 8x kübü 20x kvadratı 32x. Bu da gördüğünüz gibi farklı olmuş. Tam yeni olmalıdır. Sualda da yəqin ki problem. Neyse. Probably question it is not correct, but you can do it like that. When you multiply 4 by 8x, you will get 32x. It is C and D. Then you can write instead of x1 or -1, you can check which one is correct, C or D, then you will get answer. It looks like answer is C, but they put something wrong here. 8 or 20, I don't know. But don't write it to decimals. For this type of question, it will be just waste of time. For mixed subject, generally it is easy question like this. X is equal to 11% of y. What's y in terms of x? You can write it like that. X is equal to 11 over 100 multiplied by y. Then you can find y. They are not very hard. But we have some hard question in also mixed subject like this one. Here you have two options. You can find value of y in terms of x and z in paper manually, let's say. For doing that one, you have to multiply all of them by x, y, z, 20x, y, z actually. Then you will get answer. Or you can, okay, here. You can multiply all of them by 20x, y, z, okay? Then you will get equation like this. 4z is plus 20x, y, z squared is equal to 5x. Then you can find y, it will be b. It is one option. Or you can also write like this. You can put fractions same side. You can you can make them in common denominator. You can do cross multiplication. Also, you will get y is equal to that answer. But if you think it is complicated for you, you can write it to decimals and you can look at this graph. Let's look how to solve it with decimals. Okay, when we have x and y, it is variable and it will show us, let's say it is graph. Let's say z is equal to, for example, negative 0.4. We will get something like that, okay? Then let's check all options. You can see that a and b are same, but we have square root in b. C and d are same and we have square root in d. So let's check b first, then we will check a. Square root of 5x minus 4z over 20x squared z squared. You can see that one part total same with first one, right? So it means that is correct. Why second part? We don't have second part in this one because we have square root. When it is square root, it cannot be equal to a negative number. But when you, for example, delete square root, it will be different, total different. So this one is simple than that one. Okay, also you can do same thing here. You can write instead of C a number like 10. You can find value of x automatically from decimals. Then you can check all of them. Or if you want, you can write it on paper like this. You can put these two in same side like this. Okay, bunu atsız bir tarafa. Then you will get like that. Then you can see that their denominator are same, right? If their denominator are same, we can write it like this. After that, we can write first one square root of x squared minus c squared squared like this. Then we can eliminate that one and we will get this equation. And from here we will get x is equal to negative 39 squared plus c squared. I prefer decimals method. Just write decimals, give instead of c, for example, 10. Then you will find answer. Do you want decimals method? I can also show it if you want. Baxaq. Tamam.
C-nin yerinə Y yazırıq.
O da olar. Y də yaza bilərsən. Okay, square root of x square over square root of x square minus c square is equal to c square plus 39, like that. Here you have actually two options. You can write instead of c number, let's say c is equal to 10. Okay, you can say that we will get something like that. So it means that x is equal to approximately 40. You can do it like that. Or you can write instead of cy. Then you will get graph like this. Then remove that one and it is our graph. Or you can write here instead of cy. It's also possible. Then you have to check all options. Let's write negative c. For me, writing, for example, 10 is better. It is my opinion. But also you can write y. When you write instead of c10, we got 40 here, right? But we got negative 10 here. So you can see that they are not same. Okay. Let's look option C. C square minus 39 square. So we will get negative 1621. It is not also same, right? Let's select C. Burada aslında 2 dənə həll var. Bunu görmədim mən bayaq. Yəni belə eləyək. Okay, let's write option C. 39 square minus C square. So it will be closer actually. But it is not answer. Let's select D. So it is plus. So it is same. When you also make it plus, you will get that one. When you make it negative, you will get that one. So this method is better than writing it like this. If you are fast at keyboard, you can do it in 30 or 40 seconds. It's good actually, it is not bad. This question, it asked like twice or 3 times in digital SAT exam. Let's look. Okay, in this type of question, always you must look what it asks from you. You don't need to read this part. This is not important, okay? This part is not important. It asks about R, so we have to find R from this equation. 1 over R is equal to 1 over P. If you don't know how to put this fraction, it is by the way slash. When you write slash, it will be automatically fraction. 1 over Q plus 1 over S and plus 1 over 17. Then let's write instead of P, for example, 10. Let's write instead of Q, for example, 20. Let's write S is equal to 30. And let's write here this one. So R will be 4.11955, right? You can do it like that, and also you can do it like this. Write X and you will get value here. But most of the time I prefer writing wave here. Okay, R is equal to, let's select option, first option. Okay, it is not 1 probably, it is Q. There was problem here, P plus Q plus S plus 17. So it is totally different, right? So it means that is not correct. Let's select that one, 17PQS over 17QS plus 17PS and plus 17PQ and PQS. 4.12, 4.12. Buradaydı bayağı 4.12. Okay, let's do it like this. 4.12, 4.12. So it means that's correct. Do you have any question? Kimse sual var buradan? Yoktur. Tamam. Okay, also you can do it like this. You can write it like that, and you can write them in common denominator. What's common denominator for P, Q, S, and 17? It is
17.
17 PQS. So when you multiply it by 17 QS, you have to also multiply it as numerator by 17 QS. So you have to apply that one to all of them, and you will get something like this. QS, PS, PK, and PQS. Then you can do cross multiplication, or you can just reverse these two fractions, and you will get R is equal to this one. So you do a B. You will get R is equal to B. Buradan sual var. Okay, shortly I can say it is actually easy. When you have, for example, this type of question, you don't need to write it to decimals. En azından orta riyaziyyatınız varsa. You can do here cross multiplication. 49V squared is equal to 2K. And I am saying again, never read this part, okay? It is not important. K is equal to V squared is equal to
7.
V squared is equal to 2K over 49. Then V is equal to square root of that expression, right? So answer will be 8. Again, you don't need to write it to decimals. It is very simple. And this looks 7. It is burada aslında bayakçılarda olmayan bir şey var. We have something new compared to previous questions. Necə? Ha, onu deyəsəydim. When you write it like this, V squared over P is equal to square root of PR. It says that R is equal to 49. Let's write R is equal to 41. And it asks about P, right? What we have here, additional C and V. Let's say C is equal to, for example, 5. V is equal to 20. And let's find P from here. So answer is 46.03, right? A is not correct. I am not writing it here. I am writing B. P is equal to, let's say, square root of CV square over square root of 41P. Then let's remove that one. And let's write here this time. Again, 46. You can say that we get 46 from here and here, but it is not correct. Bu səhvdir. Because you have P here. In question says that express P in terms of C and V. So when you have P in second part, okay, like B, it is automatically not correct. You don't need to write it to decimals. Yəni əgər baxın, sizdən deyir, sən deyir ki, P-ni C və V-nin C və V-lərdən ifadə elə. Əgər səndə burada C-dən V-dən başqa əlavə bir şey varsa, o avtomatik səhvdir. Yəni P-nin özü varsa, demək ki, sən P-ni tapmamısan, düz deyil. So that's why you don't need to actually write B here. It is not correct. Some students take B here, unfortunately, took here B, unfortunately. Let's write option D, cube root of C square V4 over 41. 46.03 and 46.03. Answer is D. Aydındır. So you can see that most of them are easy. You can do cross multiplication, you can find answer. Bu yukarıda olmalıydı mesela. Okay, second part is quadratic. Do you have any question from these rules? Buradan kimse sualı var? Tamam. Burada bir dənə fikirləşin baxın. Demədiyimiz bir şey var. Okay, let's look one more question, then we will start quadratic equation. For polynomials, generally, you can write instead of x and y 1 and you can find answer. But let's look 3 or 4 question from here. Okay, you can for 21, 22, you can write all of them to decimals. You can look their graph, you can find answer like that, or you can say n is equal to 1, you can find its value. All of them is okay. They are easy method. Amsasam diye bunları göstermirəm da. But when you have something like that, here you have two options. We have to find b, okay? We have to find value of b. You have to think how we can get bx from here. It will be 9x multiplied by 4. Gəlin belə bunu da altına qoyaq. Okay, how we can get bx from here? 9x multiplied by 15x will be x squared, so it is not 15x. 9x multiplied by 4 plus negative 28 multiplied by 15x. Bu mötərizədə olmalıydı. Then let's remove x and let's calculate it with decimals. It will be negative 384. So b is equal to 300, negative 384, okay? But let's say that you have weak math skill and you don't want to do miscalculation here, or you have complicated equation here. Let's say that you have 3 bracket here. If you have 3 bracket, it will be very hard. You can write to decimals 9x minus 28, 15x plus 4. It is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. Then you can write here wave. Then you can write here x1, x1, x1 and x1. It's not correct, right? You have to write here x1 is equal to, you have to open this bracket. This is called list, let's say. No, list deyirəm 1, 2, 3. Then you will get value of b. You can write it like that, or instead of that one, you can write random here. Random, for example, 5. When you write random 5, it will give 5 random value instead of x1 and it will calculate value of ABC for you. Aydındır. Tamam. Ya bunun üçün çox da fərqi yox idi, amma bəzi çətin suallarda belə də deyə bilərsiniz. We look 25 and 26. Okay, 27, what's your opinion? How we can solve this one very fast?
Multiply two equations. J for x cubed.
Yeah, it's correct. You can get value of r from here, but it will be longer, right? Writing x plus 3, that one to decimals. We have shorter method actually. Kimisə fikri var online qoşulanlardan? Ali, do you have an opinion?
Mənim desmosa yazıb ara qiymət vermək olar, yoxsa
Desmos'a yazmadan biraz daha da kısa aslında.
And this is x one. 4x squared divided by 4x.
Yok şeyde gel belə deyək. You can write instead of x1. It's so. Right. When you write 1, it will be f of x will be x1 plus 3, 4, right? 4 multiplied by 4 minus r plus 36, like this. Then it is equal to 4 plus 108, like that. Then you have to just calculate value of r from here. This part will be 112. You can do the calculation of this part with decimals, or you can do it by yourself. 40 minus r is equal to 28. R is equal to 12. Kimse sual var buradan? Aslında
amma
decimals
mənim desmosdan rahat tez olardı məncə.
Desmos ama bunu yazana kadar çok vaxt gedir aslında. Ya bu sualdan sual dəyişir, yəni hər Desmosdan olunan metod kısa değil aslında.
This one's easier. Like without this, it's easy.
Yeah, it's easier, but when you write that one here, it will take your time.
No, but without this.
Without Desmos, it's easier. Right, without Desmos, it is easier. You have to just write list of expand, then you will get answer. If you want, you can write that part to here for finding r directly from here. 4 minus r plus 36 is equal to 104 plus 108. Then write here this sign and you will get value of r, 12. Yani Desmos açar metot kısa değil. Her şey Desmos yazmaya ihtiyaç yoktu. Okay, and 28, last one. Do you have any opinion? Diğer kanat.
Müəllim, Desmos'a yazıb
Olsa
X-in
Desmos.
cavabını orada X-in yerine koymak eləmək olar.
Maybe it's correct. I will also show how to solve it with Desmos. Yeah, yer kanat, what about you?
We put it to the Desmos and do the same thing as did before.
Like x writing instead of x1.
Yes.
Yes, it's correct. But it is not also shortest method. You can write all of them to Desmos like that. Then write here 1 and 1. When you write 1, it will be automatically like this. Then wave a over 8 x1 square plus b over 8 x1 and c over 8. I will also show this method. Then you have to write it x1 is equal to 1, 2, 3. Then you will get value of a, b, c. A plus b plus c. It will be negative 448. Answer is A. This is not bad method. It's also good. Some student open this one, then open that one. It will take a lot of time. Don't do it like this. Çok vaxt gelir belə olanda. Do you have any question from here? Okay, Suada, you say that writing instead of x1, right? When you write instead of x1, exact for this, only for this question. Okay, in second one, we will get like this. Just wait. Okay, in second one, we will get like that. A over 8 plus b over 8 plus c over 8, right? For first one, we will get negative 16 multiplied by 2 square. It is negative 64 plus 8 multiplied by 1, 8. So it is equal to negative 56, right? So it means that is equal to negative 56, right? Because they are same function. Then you can find a plus b plus c from here. A plus b plus c is equal to 8 multiplied by negative 56, and it is negative 448. Answer is A.
This one's good.
Yeah, this one is, I think, better one. Or if you want, you can, when you have this type of question, you can find directly it from here like this. So because we have 8 here, you have to multiply it by 8 for finding a plus b plus c. So write it like this, 8 f of 1. And also write it f of x. And you will get negative 448. It will be actually, it is Short's method. When you have a plus b plus c, when it has something like that, you can use f of 1. When it asks, for example, c, you can write here f of 0. When you write f of 0, you will get automatically value of c. Right, tamam. Buradan kiminsə sualı var? Anyone has any question from polynomial, make subject and exponents? If no, let's do quadratics. Okay, for quadratics, first of all, you have to know what's the general form of quadratic equation? Do you know, Madina? General form, like, yeah, yeah, like that. Okay, it is general form of quadratic equation, and our aim generally of finding value of x. How to find x? Yeah, we have factorization. We have, for example, discriminant,
Yes.
and we have Viet actually. Viet is working for only integer numbers, but discriminant works for all of them. Which one? Generally, you are using factorization or discriminant. Generally, Viet question are different from that one. Yani Viet'te biraz farklı şey olur, sual olur. Most of time we need to write it to just decimals like that. 2x squared plus 10x minus 20. Let's say we will get this solution. But sometimes we need to use discriminant. Discriminant is equal to b squared minus 4ac. Okay. And from here we have two solutions. First one is x1 is equal to negative b plus square root of 4ac, like that, over, yeah, not 4ac, discriminant, over 2a, and second one is like that, minus.
Yeah, it's plus minus.
Yeah, it's plus minus. I don't know how to put plus minus in decimal, so that's why I'm writing it like that. So, let's say we have question like this in exam. Demek onlara koymuşuz. Quadratics. Okay. First question is the frequent question type related to solving quadratic equation. For finding that one, we have a lot of method actually. Okay. You can see that it is in squares, so it means that in this question we must use discriminant. Then we have to find its solution. So when we do it like that, it will be like this. X squared minus 2x minus 9 is equal to 0. Find discriminant is equal to 40. Then x1 is equal to 2 plus square root of 40 over 2. Some students take here 40. Okay, 40 is not correct. Some students take here 20. 20 is not also correct. When you divide square root of 40 by 2, it will be square root of 10. Be careful here. Sual var burada. Okay, another method for finding its root, you can do it like that. You can write to decimals. You can find this solution. These 2 points show solution. Her biri bir tane halli gösterir. Because this plus, it means that this bigger one. Then you have to take bigger one, you have to make it equal to 1 plus square root of k, and you will get k automatically here. Or you can write it like this. x1 minus 2x, x1 squared minus 2x1 plus minus 9, wave 0. Then you have to write x1 is equal to 1 plus square root of k, and k is equal to 10. Sual var buradan. Okay. Okay, let's look one more question. 10. For 10 is a little bit different because it asks about a plus square root of b. You can use this discriminant method for that one also. Yok, yan altıya bakalım. You can use this discriminant method for also this equation like that. Like this. So same thing. You will get 8 plus square root of 14, and 8 is a, b is 14. Okay. But for Desmos method, it will be a little bit different. x squared minus 16x plus 50 is equal to 0. A plus square root of b, it is, that one is solution of this quadratic equation, okay? Okay, if you remember, we write it like that in decimals. X1 is equal to this one, right? Then we write here x1 and we write here x1 and we will get answer. But it is not correct. Why it is not correct? Yes, because it's plus minus. And why we are getting this value? Because we have two actually unknown letter here, A and B, but we have one equation. So that's why you have to open the list here. You have to open list and you have to write second one also here like that. So if it is plus, it will be minus and you will get value of A and B. Do you have any question from here? Tamam. Okay, another question is related to Viet. For Viet, generally it asks about sum or no. I mean, sometimes in SAT exam it asks like that. What's the product of solutions? Here you don't need to find x1 and x2. You don't need to do factorization. You have to use Viet theorem directly. For Viet, x1 multiplied by x2 is equal to c over a, which is equal to negative positive 50 over 2, which is 25. So it will be fastest method for that one. So you have to memorize Viet theorem. X1 plus x2 is equal to negative b over a. If it asks about sum of solution, it will be negative 16 over 2, which is equal to 8. Solve. Tamam. Ama lazımdı. It's important actually. So, for example, in not this year, but last year, I saw this type of question 3 or 4 times. Let's look. Question related to Viet theorem. In some question, you have to use discriminant. In some question, you must use Viet. You don't need to use Viet, for example, first one. So let's the question which we must use Viet. This one. Actually, you can solve this question without Viet. You can divide it by 57, or you can directly write x1, x2 is equal to c over r. C over a, I mean, c is rs. Here, c mean it is constant. When you don't have x in any part, all of them is c. X olmayan bütün hisseler c'di. You have to divide it by a leading coefficient, 57 is equal to KRS. Then k is equal to 1 over 57. Aydındır. Sana tamam. Do you have any question? İsa Yer Kanat, Lady.
Aydın.
Tamam. Okay. If you don't have any question, let's look what we have here. Okay, second part is factored form. When you have any of this form, you don't need to open this bracket. When let's say equation like this is equal to 0, or let's write it like that. When ABC is equal to, for example, 0, we know that ABC, all of them are factor, right? So when factor is equal to 0, all of them is equal to 0, or you can write like that. A is equal to 0. Which one? This one. How did you get 1?
No. It's asking some of the rules.
Yes.
So five. Oh,
Why 6? No.
it's two,
Do you mean 5x plus 10 over 5 is equal to
zero.
0? Yeah, right. But you don't need to divide it by 5 actually. So it's enough. From here, you will get one root. X is equal to -2. And from second one, you will get another root. You don't need to open, you don't need to use Viet theorem here. So when it is like this, A, B, C is equal to 0, it means that A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0, and C is equal to 0, okay? When it is like that, for example, you can also write here C is equal to 0. Because when C is equal to 0, you will get 0 is equal to 0, and it is correct, right? After that, you can eliminate, let's write like that. After that, you can eliminate C, and you will get A is equal to 1. So here we have two solutions. C is equal to 0 and A is equal to 1, right? Because C is factor of both of them. Okay, let's look hard question. If you want, you can look remaining question 3, 2, 3, 4 at home. Let's look 8, which is from last exam. Axırıncı imtihanda var idi bu sual bu arada.
Yox, müəllim, bu düşməmişdim mən.
Başqa uşaqlara düşmüşdü, atmışlar qruba. Okay, you have equation like that. If you open it, you will get cubic equation. We don't have cubic equation most of time in SAT exam. And we don't know how to solve cubic equation just using Desmos or Viet. So that's why you have to make them separately equal to 0. 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. You will get x is equal to 10 over 3, right? X plus square root of 4n minus 7 is equal to 0. You will get x is equal to negative square root of 4n minus 7. Then for last one, it will be like this. X minus square root of 4m minus 7. Then we will get like that. Do you have any question from here? Here's solver. We just make all bracket equal to 0 separately, and we find value of x 10 over 3 multiplied by that one and this one. Because it's a n is a positive constant and product of solution is equal to 35. It's equal to 35. N is equal to 1.75. But there's a mistake in question, because when you write instead of n 1.75, you will get, yes, it will be not correct actually, but it's not problem. You will get 0 and it is not correct. Ama imtihanda belə deyildi, yəni mən özüm düzəltmişəm deyə səhvləyirəm. Sual var buradan. Okay, and also this S4. This question is from November 2023. I create two different versions of this question. I mean, from exam, because it's also from question bank, college board question, but it asked it in May exam. Maybe you have. Yerkanat Ali, did you have this question at your exam?
Yox, mənim düşməmişdim.
Benim yadımda değil. Bence düşmüyor.
What
I
about,
didn't have.
what about you, lady?
Mən də düşməmişdim mənim.
Okay. Isam, I think you had this question, by the way. Probably.
Birinci modul yoksa ikinci.
At second one, it was 16 or something like that. I don't know.
I don't remember. Maybe.
Bu SAT HTML adlı bir tane PDF var idi.
Evet.
Sana o suallar düşmüştü da.
Bəli, o ikinci modul.
Ha, orada var idi ikinci modulda. Okay.
Onda yəqin düşüb.
Yeah, very ihtimalı. Okay, let's look one of them. Okay, here it says that we have two quadratic equation x squared minus 8x plus 11 is equal to 0 and 2x squared plus 7x plus 10. And we have two root m and n, and it say m is greater than n. So we have to use discriminant. We have to find value of m and n. Plus 1 will be m, minus 1 will be n, right? We have to do same thing for second one. And for this equation, x squared plus 2x plus c is equal to 0. Roots are n plus p and n plus q. For finding c, we have to use v8. Because c is equal to multiplication of this one, right? Multiplication of roots is equal to c over 1. Düzdür. V8'ten ve diskriminantten istifade ediyor. Or you can use Desmos here. You can write first equation here like that. You can take this value. Değeri gözüyor. Okay, let's take these two value. First one, second one. Then you can write it like that. Bigger one is m, so bigger one is equal to m, and that one is equal to n. Then let's remove their graph. Then let's write 2x squared plus 20x plus 10 is equal to 0. Then we will get 2 value also from here. Then it says that bir dakika. Then it says that bigger one is p. So this one is bigger one, p and q. Then it says that we have this equation x squared plus 2x plus c is equal to 0, and this one it is root. Then let's write instead of c. Bu b olmalıydı aslında. Then let's write instead of c like this. C is equal to m plus p multiplied by n plus q. Like this. Then you have to write them like that. You have to delete 0. So answer is negative 44. Aydın da bu. Tam başa düştüm bunu yoksa çətin idi. Tamam. So what about you? Did you understand? Okay, anyone has any question from here? Yoxdur heç kəsə sual. Tamam. Okay, let's look more question. Okay, we look V8. Let's look this factored form. X minus k squared is equal to k minus 4a multiplied by x minus k. We need to solve it. We need to find its solution in terms of a and k. Do you have any opinion? You can see that we have x minus k in both sides, right? Can you find its solution from x minus k? Can we say it like that? If x minus k is equal to 0, what will happen? It will be 0, right? 0 squared, and it will be 0, right? So it means that it's solution. From here, we will find x minus equal to k. Is it clear for everyone? Okay, then let's say that x is not equal to k. We can eliminate that part. We can eliminate x minus k from this side, right? And we will get second solution from here. X2 is equal to 2k minus 4a, like that. I put this negative k to second side with plus. Is it clear? Okay, after that, you have to write it like that. K plus 2k minus 4a is equal to 3k plus 35. Then write here like that, and it's say k is greater than 4a. It is not important actually because k will be eliminated here. So a is equal to 8.75. It's better to write it like that also. 1, 2, 3. But if you have this part, you can also solve it manually. and you will get A is equal to negative 8.75. Any question from here? Okay, okay. I don't like this method which I show now. You can also do it like that. If you find x1 is equal to k. Actually aslında çok da ihtiyaç yoktu ama bilmiyorum. Yani gene de göster. Okay, if you find x1 is equal to k, because sum of solution is equal to 3k plus 35. Also, you can think it like this. x1 is equal to k and x2 is equal to automatically 2k plus 35, right? Is it correct? I wrote instead of x1 k. And I find x2 from here. Okay, after writing that one here, you can do it like this. I mean, you write, let's say, that one at paper, then you can use decimal here, x1, x1. Let's say x1 is equal to k and 2k plus 35, and you will get answer also here. But again, it's better to write here k is equal to 1, 2, 3. Ama yok kısmında. Okay, you don't need to write here k is equal to 1, 2, 3. Any question? Tamam. So you can say that when we change value of k, it will be same. So it means that it is negative 8.75 for all the time. But generally, I prefer first one. First one is better for me. Kimde sual var buradan? Yoktu. Yoktu. Tamam. Let's look discriminant. Tamam, bu asantı. Bunlar asantı. We look already this question. Tamam. Okay, it was the actual first part of quadratic equation, finding solution of quadratic equation. You can see this type of question. Probably they will not use different one. If they use very different question which you didn't see, probably it is unsquared question. So just learn this question type. Also, you can read it from decimals. I wrote all of them here. Okay, number of solution. When you have equation, when you have positive discriminant like 16, you will get two solution, right? Plus 4 and minus 4. When it is less than 0, you will get, when it is equal to 0, you will get one solution. Actually, two same and it is one. When you have negative, it is imaginary number and it is undefined, no solution. So shortly, we have something like that. Is it clear for everyone? It's very simple. I saw this question at paper-based SAT, but maybe you can see also at traditional SAT exam. When I say more than one solution, it is two solution. And when I say at least one solution, it asks that October 2024, which is related to system equation. It say at least one solution, it was one and infinite number of solution. For quadratic equation, it is one and two solution. So be careful when you have this type of words. Let's see. Advanced system equation. Advanced system equation is actually just quadratic equation. You have to just do substitution here. Then you have to just calculate it. You can write to decimals. You can write actually both of them to decimals, and you have to look at this intersection point. Again, same, you have to make it equal to each other, then you have to use discriminant. Okay. And in graph, it will be like that. Two solution, two intersection point, one solution, one intersection point, like that. Or we can say line is tangent to parabola. I don't know. Okay, now let's look some question. Let's start from 6. It asked, I think at May, I am not sure, but probably October and June of last year and October of last year. So it asked June 2024, so there's a probability for June of this year. Yani kesin yılında sorulub diye bu ildə sorula bilər. But I changed this question, I put here too, by the way. It was like that in exam problem. Bence.
I also saw it, but. Yeah, last year, June one. Just as one.
You saw this question and you can solve it, or it's not actually a very hard question. You have to multiply all of them by. Canım bunu burada başladım. Yeah, I will also show this method.
Can you just change C with Y?
Yeah, we can do it like that. You can do it like this. You can multiply it by 124 cx. Then you will get 124 is equal to cx squared plus 124x. It's a quadratic equation. Then you have to solve it just using discriminant. Is it okay?
Why not?
Because you can see that it is not quadratic equation, it's not exponential equation. When you have fraction, when you have radical, you have to remove it. And for removing it, you can raise it to square. When it is like this, you must raise it to square. When it's like that, you have to multiply it by, it is çok diyesin değiller. 124 cx, okay? But you can see that it is a little bit longer. So we can also find number of solution of quadratic equation question in decimals, just writing instead of cy. So this one may be a little bit complicated for you for first time if you are looking at that one for first time, but this is not very complicated. You can write instead of cy, then you will get graph. Like that. Okay, what's your opinion? What's the solution here? It's when it has one solution. Bilal.
Orada minimum olandı mənim burada cavab. 32-dir ya neçədir, nəsə belə.
Yes. Here, for example, let's say that y is equal to 10. When it is equal to 10, we have two intersection point with red graph, right? It means that we have two solutions. When y is equal to 10, there is two solutions. When y is equal to, for example, negative 10, again, we have two solutions. So you have to look to turning point for one solution. Okay. We have only this one as a turning point. We don't have here, right? And it is negative 31. Did you see? So when c is equal to negative 31, there is one solution. When c is greater than negative 31, automatically we have two solutions. Okay. And when it is less than negative 31, we have no solution. Is it clear? Okay, you can do this type of question like that easily. For example, let's look 5. For 5, we have to raise it to square, okay? Then it will be k minus x is equal to 41 square minus etc. Then you have to put all of them in one side. Then you have to make discriminant equal to 0 and you will get k is equal to 163. It is a way how to solve it in paper manually. Also, you can write to decimals. Square root of k minus x is equal to 41 minus x. In this type of question, some students use, okay, when we have one solution, it has like that. Okay. In this type of question, some students use slider here, but don't use slider. It is not bad method, but when you use slider, it can take your time. It's small addition. Let's make 40. $40.25. Okay, it doesn't work here. So we have to put that one in first size. Let's write it like that. then it will work actually. But I don't like that method generally. I don't like this method. It's better to write instead of ky. When you write instead of ky, you will get equation like this. Okay. So when y is equal to, for example, 50, there is one solution. And in question it asks about one solution. Exactly one real solution. But it's a minimum possible value. So when you look this graph, when you put here not 50, for example 49, it will be also one real solution, right? So that's why we have to look here. You have to look this point. Let's say vertex point or turning point. It is 40.75. It means that minimum value of k is equal to 40.75, and when we multiply it by 4, we will get 163. Any question? Okay, when y is equal to this value, why I multiplied by 4? It's a 4k, that's why. Okay, when it is 4.75, 40.75, there is one solution. When it is a little bit bigger than that value, there is two solutions. And when it is greater than 41, it is again one solution. Any question from here? Okay. Burada başka ne var? Okay, we look actually 6, we look 5. Let's look 4. X minus 4a, and let's write instead of a y, negative 36. Next year buradan. K is an integer. If the equation has no real solution, what's the less possible value of a? Okay. Sometimes you can get a different equation like this.
No solution is between.
Yeah, no solution is between here. Because when it is between here, for example, 1, you can see that we don't have any intersection point, right? So that's why you have to look this point. So when a is equal to this value, you have to always look y. X is not important here. When you look here, 2.69 and negative 2.69, it is one real solution. But when a is between these two value, it means that we don't have a solution. So what's the minimum value of a? It is negative 2. Let's write y is equal to negative 2.
Okay.
When it is negative 3, some students think negative 3 is correct. It is not correct.
It already.
Two, we have two real solution. Any question? Aydın tamam. Tamam. Let's look that one. X multiplied by y, x minus 44 is equal to negative 22. Okay, we got something like this. So it goes to negative infinity, so it is not important. So we have to look at this part. It shows this point, it is 22. K is a constant. If equation has no real solution, it means that what's the less possible value of k? 23, because until 22 we have solution. And when it is more than 22, there is no solution. Again, you can write all of them to decimals. Do you have any question? I also put explanation here. If you want, you can look it at home also. But for example, let's say that you have question like this. You have a question like this. 8rx squared minus 80sx plus 8r is equal to 0. Here, if you write instead of ry, what you should write instead of s. So it is not, you cannot use this method here directly. But I saw now, maybe we can use. Aslında indiyə qədər fikirləşirdim olmaz, but indi gördüm ki, aslında ola da bilər. Okay, this y method works only when we have one unknown letter except x. So let's write our equation here. 8rx squared minus 8sx plus 8r is equal to 0, right? You can see that we have 8 here, right? 8 here and 8 here. We can divide it by 8. And it asks about r over a s, right? R over s. How we can get r over s? Let's think about that one. If we divide all of them by 8s, we will get actually r over s, right? Let's do it. Actually, if you divide it by s, it is enough. But you can also divide it by 8s. So when you do it like that, it will be like this. 8r over s. Okay, like that. It will be like this. And it will be like this. Any question? Okay, until after that, you have to write instead of rs, let's say y, instead of s over s, 1, like that, and instead of rs, again y. And I hope it will work. So it says that we have two real solutions. So you can see that between those two parts, we will have one real solution. So it means that r over s, so r over s is greater than less than 0.5 and greater than negative 0.5. Any question? What is the least possible value of k ensured the equation has two distinct real solutions? It asks about k, so you have to take negative 0.5, not 0. Aydındır. So sometimes it asks like that. For example, in equation, you have something like that. I'm giving example just. 2x plus c is equal to 0. What's the minimum value of c when there's no solution here? C'nin az qiymətində, C'nin hansı minimum qiyməti bunun həlli yoxdur. B square 4 minus 4ac greater than, less than 0, right? Then c is greater than 1, right? So what's the value here? What's the minimum value of c here? It is 1, right? 2, right? Belə soruşanda 2 olur. But sometimes it can ask also like that. C is greater than k. What's the minimum value of k? For this case, answer will be 1. Did you understand the difference? Tamam. So here it asks about not r over s. It doesn't ask about what's the minimum value of r over s. It asks about what's the minimum value of k. So it will be negative 0.5. Kimse sualı var? Tamam. Okay, also let's look how to solve it without this method. Actually, I remember answer was 5, but we got negative 0.5, right? So let's try another method. Let's divide all of them by 8. Then task, we have two real solutions. So discriminant greater than 0. Discriminant is negative 10 squared, which is 100 minus 4. 100 s squared minus 4r squared. Okay, then we can write it like this: 100 s squared minus 4r squared. Then it asks r over s, so find r over s from here. So we can write it like this: r squared over s squared less than 25, and from here we can write it like that. Buradan 5 çıktı gördüğünüz gibi. So it is less than 5, greater than negative 5. So answer is negative 5 actually. Ama biz -0.5 almıştık da düzdür. Oh. Yeah, that one is wrong because answer is negative 5. Probably I make mistake when I do this solution. Let's try to do it again. So when you write it like that, it will be negative. This one over S. It is like that, and it is like this. So let's write instead of R over S, let's say it is Y and another Y. Okay, I make mistake. I made mistake previously. Bayaq səhv eləmişdim. Bilmirəm nəyə səhv eləmişdim. 5-dən -5 arasında da 0.5 deyil. Bura 8 necəsə qoymuşam səhvə. Tamam. It was 80. I wrote here 8 in previous explanation. Can we continue? Do you have any question from here? Okay, so you have to know both methods. You have to know how to solve it with Desmos. You have to know how to solve it with that method. Also, you can use add slider if you can solve these two methods. But add slider can be waste of time for some occasion. Əgər az istifadə etmişsinizsə, vaxt alır. Okay, we have V8. Actually, we talk about V8. Factored form, we talk about factored form. Factor x-intercept. Let's look x-intercept. For x-intercept, it is very simple actually. Yeah. But instead of, we have a lot of synonym for x-intercept. It is a problem maybe. Y is equal to 0. When y is equal to 0, it is x-intercept. When it say f of x is equal to 0, it is x-intercept. When it say x-intercept, when it says solution, 0, root, all of them are x-intercept, okay?
Yeah. So here it's 1.
Yeah, here it's 2.
Not gonna see it.
You have to look this x line, it is 2. Some students take here 1 and they are looking y-intercept. Yeah, it never asks about number of y-intercept because it's always 1 or 0. It asks about number of x-intercept, so it's 2. When we are talking about y-intercept, they can ask, College Board ask about this value. Okay, when say intersect with x-axis, when x is equal to, for example, a, or when a0, generally a0 means it is x-intercept, and when it say 2x plus 4 is equal to 2x plus 4 is factor. Okay, do you have any opinion? What's x-intercept from here? No, not 4. Negative 2. Yeah, when it is factor, you can make it equal to 0 and you can find those x-intercept from there. So we can say shortly when it is x minus a is factor, x is equal to a is x-intercept. So we have a lot of synonym here actually. Synonyms. Now the answer is 1 here. F of x has 8 x-intercept and one of them is 17, right? So it means that we have x minus 7 as a factor inside of f of x. Then when you divide it by x minus 7, it will be eliminated and it will be 7 x-intercept. Identical. Yeah.
I couldn't.
Okay, let's do it like that. It says that f of x, I am deleting all of them. It says that f of x has 8 x-intercept, right? If it has 8 x-intercept, we can sync it in x-intercept form like that. X minus x1, x minus x2, x minus x3, and etc. Okay? It continues like that, and one of them is 17, so it is x minus 17. Is it clear? It is f of x. Then says that we have g of x. which is equal to f of x dividing by x minus 70, right? If we eliminate x minus 70 from both of them, we will get 7 x-intercept here. Because this 7, this part is 7, all of them is 8. Is it clear now?
Can I repeat the question? It's the second question.
Aydındır. Okay, again, same question. f of x is equal to 0, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. See. How many distinct solution? Put 45 here, 0. When it is equal to 0, there is no solution. There is one solution B. We will look this one. Buna bakarım birazdan. It's also from May and March exam.
Düşüyor.
İki də düşün. Tam Mart və mayda. İki imtahan davalalar düşüb. Buna birazdan baxarıq. Okay, I am giving you 5-minute break. If you want, you can take water from there. 5 dəqiqə istirahət edək, sonra davam edək. We will continue from 11:40. Okay, let's continue. Uh, this 21, it is from March and May. We have 2 points here, but unfortunately we cannot use table here because when we are using table, it will be 0 and negative 358. 2 and 0. Then if you want, you can write here y1, x1 and x1. Then you can find value of BC. But it's not correct, unfortunately, because you can see it doesn't pass from our points, our second point. I mean, our first point. That's why you can do it like that. You can use them in equation directly by yourself. You can write that first point in equation. It will be like this. Then you can write here this sign and you can find actual value of C. Like that. Then you can look at this graph. Let's do it like that. Let's write here h of x is equal to negative square root of x squared plus bx plus c. Just wait. Let's yapalım burada. Bx plus c. Okay. You can see it is not also passing from here. So let's write instead of b negative 2. Let's write instead of c negative positive 358 and we will get equation. But I make here mistake. I don't know what mistake I make. Negative x squared plus bx, b is negative 2. Okay, maybe it's not correct generally. Okay, let's do it like that. Let's think it like this. Let's write function h of x is equal to negative square root of x squared. So for this, only for this question, don't use Desmos. Negative square root of 358 is equal to negative square root of x is 0, 0 square plus b multiplied by 0 plus c, and c is equal to 358. So after finding c, we can use v8 here because hm is equal to 0 and 2, 0 is our x-intercept. So 2 multiplied by m will be automatically the value of c, which is 358. And it will be 179. Answer is 179. It says that what's the greatest possible value of m? M can be also 2, but 2 is not greatest possible value, so it is 179. Any question from here? Yer Kanat, Lady, İsa.
Vermem sağ ol.
Tamam. Okay, let's look what we have. We have factor here. We have vertex, advanced system question. Let's look at advanced system question. I think there was one question here. You can write all of them just using decimals, but when you have this type of question, you have to be careful because in most questions it asks about what's the value of a when there's one solution. But here you can see it asks about value of x, and it said we have one real solution. Y is equal to 2x squared minus 21x plus 64. Y is equal to 3x plus 8. Then we have to do substitution here. We can write it like that. Then you have to make it, you have to write it like that, and you will get one equation and you can find it with using Desmos. Let's remove it. Then let's write instead of a, y, and we will get equation like this. For it is vertex point, it means when a or y is equal to negative 8, there is one real solution, and when it is equal to negative 8, x is equal to 6. Some students take a negative 8 as the answer, but it is not 8, it is 6. Vertex. We have vertex. We have factor. Let's look factor first. Then let's look vertex. Then vertex interpretation. Okay. Okay. Look this question for 1 minute. Okay, we are looking factor question. This is our first question. This is from May 2024. It says which of the following expression has a factor of x plus 2b? X plus 2b is factor. We have a lot of methods here. You can think it like that. When it is factor, you can find x-intercept automatically, right? We can make it equal to 0. When you make it will equal to 0, we will get x1 is equal to negative 2b, and it is x-intercept, right? And x-intercept means that it makes equation equal to 0. Then you can write instead of x negative 2b, and you can find value of b, okay? You can write it like that if you want. 3x1 squared plus 9x1 plus 18b is equal to 0, and x1 is equal to negative 2b, so let's do it like this. It says that b is a positive integer, so let's write here b is greater than 0. So you can see that we get something like that. It means that it is just 0, not positive number. Let's select b. When you write b here,
Okay.
we will get also something like that. Probably it doesn't prefer this equation also. So let's try to use another method. Let's do it. Let's think it like that. You have to write instead of x1 negative 2b. Then you have to solve it and you will get value of b. When you are doing, when you solve it, you will get 0, and I think it was negative 2.5, something like that, and it is not also integer. It asks b is a positive integer. For me, best method here is writing it like that. We know that when factor is equal to 0, this equation is also equal to 0, right? You don't need to write it x1. You can write it like that. Say b is equal to y, because it's system of equation. And we can solve system of equation like this. B is y. This b is also y.
No,
Then look at this intersection point. 0, 2.5. 0, 2.5. Bayaq niyə çıxmalı bilmirəm. 0 is not positive. 2.5 is not integer, so it is not correct. Okay. Let's write instead of 24, 30. 0.5 and 0. 0.5 is not integer, so let's remove it. 39. 5. 5 is the answer. So it is D.
Yeah.
Çətin sualdır, yadda saxlayın.
Bunu həmişə mən ortadakı böyükdür deyə yadımda saxlayıram. Bir də sizin birinci verdiyiniz metodla sıfıra bərabər eləmək.
This one.
Yes.
They can change actual questions. They can put bigger one in option B. I mean, they can put correct answer in B. It's also possible. So don't memorize.
Onda məsələn ikisi də tam ədəd çıxa bilər. Məsələn, 2 dənə elə rəqəm veriblər, ikisində də bu metod işləmir. Yəni tam ədəd çıxır ikisində də.
Do you mean, for example, in option C we have integer and in option D we have integer like
Yes.
that? No, actually. I mean, it cannot be like this. Both of them is positive integer. İkisi müsbət tam ədəd ola bilməz, çünki sual səhv olmuş olur.
Okay.
Ya məsələn 39-u bura qoyub bura 49 məsələn yazsalar baxaq nə olur. Ya gördüyün kimi olmadı. Ya onda da C variantı tuz olasıydı. Yani risklidir. Ama onu da yadda saxlasan olar. Çünki çox vaxt sual sonu deyil sallar. We look this two question. We don't need to look it again. That one. For this type of question, like 9, you can write to decimals. You can find x-intercept. And from x-intercept, you can find factor.
Dörde bölü.
You can also do it like this. You can see all of them divisible by 4 and all of them divisible by x, right? So let's make 4x by out of bracket. We will have x squared here. We will have 22x here and we will have 117 here, right? Then you have to think 100, what's the 117? I mean, what's factors of 117? It is divisible by 9, right? So it is 9 multiplied by 13. And you can see that 22 is also sum of 9 and 13, so we can write it like this. X plus 9 and x plus 13. What's the smallest possible value of b? It is 9, right? But maybe you can think it is hard to factorize the equation, maybe you think. Then you can do it like that. You can write to decimals exactly the same thing. Like this. Okay, look here. These are our x-intercept, and we have x-intercept form. X-intercept form and factored form are same. Y is equal to a multiplied by okay, like that. Volume. Okay. You can write it like this. Then you can take this x-intercept 0, negative 9 and negative 13. You can write instead of x1, x2 and x3. And we had 0, right? Okay, we have a. What's the value of a? It is the leading coefficient. It is 4. So you can see that this is total same. So you can also find answer like that. You don't need to know how to factorize it. You can use decimals. Okay. Here also if you write it like that, it will be better. Let's write it 4 multiplied by x plus 9, because we have 2 negative and x plus 13. When you use decimals like that, also you can see you are doing it correct or not. Yəni, belə də istifadə edəndə texnik səhv eləməyin qarşısını ala bilərsiniz. Məsələn, bura mənfi yazdı səhvən, başqa şey çıxdı. Oradan bilirsiniz ki, mən səhv eləmişəm, neysə. And from here, smallest possible value of b is equal to 9. Any question? No? Tamam. If you want, you can look this question at home. If you have any question, you can ask me, by the way. Let's look 10. Okay, for 10, here we have two methods. You cannot want this bracket, okay? You can create system of equation. For example, it's not very hard, by the way. Okay, here you can see both of them are same, right? It says that we have expression like 6x with power of 4 plus 23x squared plus 7. It can be written like that and like that. Only difference is a and b are integer. C and d are non-integer. Okay? Do you mean integer nədir bilirsiniz? Tam adet. Okay. From here we can write it like this. A multiplied by B is equal to 7, right? A multiplied by B is equal to 7. 2x squared multiplied by 3x squared is equal to 6x with power of 4, so it is not important. 3 multiplied by B, 2 multiplied by A will give us 23. Then you have to just calculate this one. You can write instead of AB xy. You can write instead of AB xy like that. So you can see that we have two solutions here. So one of them is, for one of them, both of them integer, 1 and 7. So A is equal to 1. And for one of them, both of them non-integer. It means that 10.5 is C and A plus C will be 11.5. Any question from here? Great. Eren, do you remember your method for solving system of equation?
Bunu
Ha.
bəli, burada heç onu açmağa ehtiyac yoxdur. 6x yazırıq, wave-lə altdakına bərabər eləyirik.
Gözlə bir dənə. Gəl elə A, B ilə də yazaq. Also you can do it like that. Okay,
Elə yox, elə yox.
belə deyildi. Sən bunu
E,
demir.
o 6-6 olanlar üçündür. Bunda wave qoyub bərabər eləyirik deyə. Əslində belə də olar. İndi ağlıma gəldi, amma mən belə eləmirdim. 2 dənəsini yazırdım. Sonradan eyni mötərizənin içinə salmaq olar.
Ha, belə də olar əslində, düz deyirsən.
Hə, hə. Amma mən indi bunu deyirsiniz də 6x üstü 4-ü deyirsiniz siz.
Yox, mən də bu ikisini həll eləməyi deyirdim.
Hə, bu ikisini əldə eləməyi. Onda bunu bir dənə mötərizə açırıq.
Gəl bir
O
dənə
bəyən.
eləyək elə. A is equal to 7. Okay. Bunu yadda saxlayın. A is equal to 7. And it says that another one is non-integer, right? So it can be greater than 7 or it can be less than 7. So let's write here it is greater than 7. Let's look what we'll get. It is 8.
Bunu
Let's
belə demək
eight.
yerinə niyə köçürüb yazmırıq ki?
Onu da göstərəcəm. Onu da göstərəcəm. Burada niyəsə bu işləmədi, qəribədir.
Burada məncə o tanımır. Çünki A vurulsun B yazmışıq ora.
Gəlsə bunu tanımalıydı. Ya burada tanıyır bax. Amma o birində tanımır. Bəlkə səhv yazmışıq nəyəsə. 3B plus 2A. 3B plus 2A.
Mən bu metodu ilk dəfə də görürəm belə. Bu simplify eləyib belə yazırsınız.
Ya sən həmişə belə bir şeydən istifadə edirdin, onu göstərmək istəyirdim.
Hə, burada mötərizə qoyuruq, sonra onu yazırıq. Sonra wave-i qoyuruq. 7 yazırıq. 7. Birinci 7-də, sonra da 23 yazırıq.
Qəribədir,
Əslində
bəzən
çıxırdı da.
çıxardır, bəzən digərini çıxardır. Ha, burada əlaqəni qura bilmir, düz deyirsən. Burada əslində əlaqəni qura bilmir.
Bəli.
For using this method, you have to write B is equal to, for example, 23 minus 2A over 3, but it will be long. Okay, one of them is A is equal to 10.5. But we have also another one. It can be greater than that one. A is greater than 10.5, let's try. 11. So you can see that it doesn't, I mean, it changed, but it's changing for all the time. So let's write it is less than 10.5. So it will be 1. From here, you can understand the answer is 1 or 10.5. And some of them will be 11.5. The task is 1, only once. Bir dəfə düşübcəm imtahanı. Deyəsən noyabr idi.
Amma bu tipdə sual salmışdılar Mayda. Pointlər vermişdilər sadəcə. Rewriting idi o da.
O biraz fərqli idi. Ha, rewriting ola bilər, amma tam bu deyildi.
Burada indi o mötərizə ilə 2 dənə bu equation-dan yazmalıyıq. Bir dənə də yazandan sonra kopyalayıb təzədən yazıb mötərizə qoymalıyıq.
Also, yes, also you can use this method. O qədər, bir yəni, you have to think it like that. It will be probably 21 or 22 question, 22 question, or 22nd question. You can write it in 1 minute. This is okay. So you have 35 minutes in exam, right? You must write first 10 question in actually less than 10 minutes. Yeah, until 11, it is very easy, but you must be careful. You can do miscalculation. For this question, you can do it in 1 minute, even in 2 minutes. So it's like this.
Bunu bir 20 saniye yazarım. Eyni bu sualdan sıra rəqəmlər də dəyişsələr.
Bence de. If
Yəni
you write it like 3 or 4 times in decimals, you can write it very fast. Then you can copy it from here. You can copy it from here. Then you must write here C and D. Ya da yok, belə yok. First, let's write here x1, x1, x1 and x1. Then press that one and copy it.
wave.
Then wave and wave. Then let's write
Sonra
is
orada bir dənə şey var ki, biz A ilə C ilə D-nin yerini dəyişməliyik altdakını. Ora D yazırıq birinciyə. Sonra burada bir yerini dəyişirik onların altdakını. Çünki elə çıxmayacaq. Eyni
Yok.
şey
Ha,
götürür.
belə deyil, sən olsun.
Bəli, yo. Elə bir ki, misalın 3x üstə gəlinsin C yerinə D yazırıq. Orada C yazırıq.
Bir anda farklı bir şey oldu axı elə bir. Belə bir anda C-nin qiyməti dəyişir əslində. C-nin qiyməti olur. Yox, bu belə olmalıdır.
Bir dəqiqə.
Prosto bunu bura atanda niyəsə cavab da dəyişir. Bu maraqlıdır. Bunu bilmirdim. Nəsə, amma həmişə dəyişməyə də bilər. Ona görə bunu eləyək. Okay, you can see that A is 10.5, but it must be integer, so A is less than 10. Then you will get 1, and 1 is correct. If you want, you can check also your answer. You can write here 1, you can write here 7, you can check is it correct or not. Okay, you can solve it like that. It's hard question. You can open it, it's also okay.
Cavab burada səhv eləməmişsə 8.5 çıxmalıdır. Məncə orada fərqli bir cavab çıxır.
Yo, bu şeydi, o rəqəmlər fərqliydi o sən dediyində. Niyə
Bəli.
yazdın? Bax, burada deyir ki sənə, sualda deyir ki sənə, bayaq belə deyildi, bunu kəlbdən təzdən düzəldi. Bayaq belə çıxmış da, düzdür. Bu bəzən belə çıxır, bəzən ikisində də bir yerdə çıxır. Yəni ikisində də eyni çıxanda demək ki, biri səhvdir. Çünki biri integerdir, biri non-integerdir. İndi bu integerdir, düzdür? Integer. Integer olduğuna görə sən bunu dəyişməlisən. Bunun iki dənə həlli var. Yəni A ya 10.5-dən böyük bir həldir, ya da kiçik həldir. İndi yazaq gəl bura, A böyükdür 10.5. Gördüyün kimi eyni qaldı. 11 elədin, yenə eyni qaldı. Yəni 12. Yes. Yeah, right. Gördüyün kimi dəyişir bax. Demək ki, böyük deyil, balacadır. İndi bir də balaca eləyək. Gördün, 1 oldu. Yəni, ikinci həlli belə verir, birbaşa vermir. Bundan da istifadə edə
Həlli
bilərsiniz.
tapdım, ata bilərəm.
Nə?
Həlli tapdım, ata bilərəm.
At. Bundan da istifadə edə bilərsən. Mənim dediyim metod, birinci metod daha yaxşıdır. Güzel baxın. Nədir? Nə görəcəyim?
Belə də olar. Randomlandıqdır. Amma yerini dəyişdirmək dediyim belə idi. Altdakı kimi.
Mən də əslində bunu elədim bayaq. Bunu dəyişəndə niyəsə cavab dəyişir. Yəni düz çıxır, amma niyə düz çıxdığını bilmirəm. Bu düzdür ikizdə.
Orada non-integer deyir axı.
Yox,
İkinciyə.
bilirəm. Yerini dəyişməkdən sən əslində desposu demirsən də bu non-integer oldu.
Amma orada məncə belə tricky bir şeydir də, yəni çünki normalda vaxt alır axı biraz.
Ola
Nəsə
bilər.
integer-
Belə də edə bilərsiniz yəni. Yerini dəyişə də bilərsiniz. Olar.
Ama diğeri değişince.
Çünki same equation'dır da bu. Belə demək
Tabii,
olar da.
bəyənim.
Bu
Çıxmaya da
ikisi
bilər.
eynidir, eyni cavab verməlidir. Bir tərəfi integer verir, bir tərəfi non-integer verir. Bəlkə ona görə dəyişir.
Burada məsələn dəyişmədi bu arada, gördünüz.
Orada nəsə xəta verdim məncə ona görə. Burada c böyükdür 6 yazsaq necə olar?
Ha,
Yəni
o olar, o olar. Elə bir şeylə oynayıb tapmalısan. Burada ehtiyac yoxdur. Burada A-nı biz bayaq dəyişik. Aydın da bu yəqin Kamil. Yəni baxın Desmos var. Nisbətən uzundur. Desmosdansa yenə
randomdan olmaz ha o. Randomdan.
eyni
Bəlkə
şeydir.
birinci al.
Eyni şey alınacaq.
Bildim.
Ya yenə elə eləməkdənsə buradan tapın. 3B plus 2A.
And in paper.
No. Write to Desmos. Then write like that. Then write instead of B. X. Okay, write instead of AX. And write instead of BY. Also XY. You can see that it is A for 3, A with 3x squared and C is 3x squared. So A and C are same actually. Then you will get it is value here. 1 plus 10.5.
This one.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm sorry, I'm
Okay.
late.
We are looking question from quadratic equation.
From
Here,
where?
what?
From where?
Quadratic
Can you tell me,
equation.
please? You mean it's a book you sent?
Yeah, they are from actual book. SAT Tashkent book.
Which page?
No, it's not page, it is just a question which I select from every exam.
Okay.
Okay, you can see that here we have 1, 7. 1 is A, 7 is B, 10.5 is C, and 0.6 or 2 over 3 is D.
Burada cavab
Biz qarşı oldu, elə
11.5.
Yeah, answer is 11.5. Ola bilər.
Yes.
Burada 8.5 eləməlidir cavab məncə.
Yox, sənin attığında rəqəmlər fərqlidir, burada rəqəmlər fərqlidir.
Tamam.
If you want, you can look this question again at home.
Yeah.
Then we can look it again at next lesson. We have also another question like this, which is harder. Just wait. It was from I think October. Biraz tapmaq vaxt alır əslində bunları. Okay, October makeup exam, model 1. It's from model 1. It says that we need to find value of C. It is
Burada
C
hamısını yazırıq. Ekvivalent gələndən sonra wave qoyuruq. X1-ə də random veririk, Y-ə də random
Right.
veririk.
Correct. You can do it with Desmos like that. I am showing. It says this equivalent, it means it is just equal. We can write it like that. 7x plus y, x plus 7y, 4x plus y is equal to ax cubed plus bx squared y plus cx y squared and dy cubed. Like that. Okay. Just wait. Okay, I wrote all of them here. I didn't change anything. Then you can write here. You must write it x1 by 1, x1 by 1, x1 by 1. Okay, like that. Then you can say x1 is equal to list 1, 2, 3.
Burada qarşıacaq 3-dən sonra verək gərək.
Yes. Then y1 is equal to, for example, 4, 5, 6. Then you will get value of a, b, c. Okay, we have to put 4 number here.
One.
Because here we have 4 letter A, B, C, D. Then you will get value of A, B, C.
Random daha uyğundur. Random daha
For this one, if you write it like that, 1, 2, 3, it will be not correct. So that's why most students using here random. For example, random 5 and random 5. If you want also, you can write random 100. Then you will get value of A, B, C.
47.
When you write random 5, Desmos put 5 random value instead of x and it calculated. When you write random 100, it will put 100 random value instead of x. So actually it is same. You have to just write more than 4 because you have 4 letters. Generally, there is no difference for from random at least. For random, it will give point like that, but for this, you can give value. 3, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, like that, for example. Okay, any number. Okay, it's first method, and it is how to solve it just using Desmos. You can also think it like that. Opening this question is not good method because it will take your time. And I saw also some student who open the bracket and they do miscalculation here. Yani fərz edin 3 dəqiqəniz getdi və axırda səhv cavab aldınız. That's why you have to think it like that. It asks about cxy square, right? How we can get cxy square from here? We have to multiply 1x and 2y, right? Then we will get xy square. So it can be 7x. That's right. It can be here 7y. And another y, like that. Also, you can take, instead of x, y, y, you can take, for example, y, x, y, right?
So C is 1.
No, it continue. We have other option, y, x, y. Y, right? X, and y. And also we have y by x plus y 7y and 4x. Then you have to find their sum and it will be 78xy square. Aydındır. Ha, bütün optionlar. So you can see that we have x at left, middle, and right. We have only 3 options. Or you can open it if you want. Başka bir metot ağlıma gəlmir.
Bunu mən belə yazsam başım qarışar biraz. Bir dənə qrafika baxmalıyım.
O şeydə
Aa.
birbirine beraber. Bunlar birbirine beraber deyəcəklər. It's not important. Don't look here.
Müəllim, bəs bu ikinci strokada yazdı ki də x, y, y, y, x, y.
Yes.
Hə, bunlar
What's that?
niyədirlər?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In question, it asks this expression is equal to this expression, okay? These 2 expressions are same. Did you understand this part? Səsim gəlir.
Hə, gəlir.
Okay, this expression are same, right? Birbirine beraberler. So it means that this cx, we will have another xy square from here. So how we can get xy square like xyy, yxy, and yyx like this? Then you have to find their value, then you have to add them, and you will get 78 xy square. Is it clear?
Yes, thank you.
Look this question if you want. We can look it again at next lesson. Okay, let's look what we have here. And last thing here we have is vertex interpretation. Okay, let's look vertex. It is enough actually for today. Okay, generally vertex is hard for SAT students. What's vertex?
Yes.
It's like biggest or lowest point.
Yeah, right. Biggest, lowest, or minimum, maximum, right? Minimum or
Nə vaxt advanced mathdan sual sorsalar nədir? Mənim ağlıma Desmos gəlir.
ne sorsalar?
Advanced mathdan bir sual düşsə
Yeah,
qabağıma.
right. You can do actually most of question just using Desmos, but it is not also actually very easy. For this forum, let's say we have y is equal to 2x squared plus 20x minus 20. we will have this equation. And for this equation, you can see it is vertex point, -5 and -70. How we can get this value? First of all, let's look -5. -5 is x vertex here, and for finding x vertex, you can find sum of x1 and x2, x1 and x2, then you can divide it by 2. Like that.
Yeah.
So when you add them, you will get -10, and -10/2 is -5. You have to use that one when it is given like this. Y is equal to a x minus x1, x minus x2. Like this. Okay. And from V we can write instead of x1 plus x2 negative b over a.
Mm.
It is second formula.
Usually they teach this.
Yeah, usually we are drawing that one. When it is given here, you have to use that one. When you have this equation, you can write to decimals and you can get this vertex. -5 is x vertex, and that one is -70 is y vertex. And how we can find y vertex? Y vertex is equal to actually f of x vertex. So it means after finding x vertex, just write it in equation and find the y vertex. It's very simple. And when in equation it asks what's the minimum or maximum value, you have to look y vertex. But if it asks at what value of x does f of x reach its minimum or maximum, then it is x vertex. Burada aydındı. Tamam. Another formula here is like this. When f of 5 is equal to f of 10, for example, for quadratic equation, then x vertex is equal to 5 plus 10/2. So it's equal to 7.5. Okay, let's question. I didn't put every hard question, I think, here. So that's why let's look them from. Buradan bakalım. Okay. Most asked question is that one related to vertex.
Deyə bilərəm bunu mu?
Okay, tell Eren.
Table açırıq, pointlər yazırıq, sonra orada verilən equation'ı g of x-ə bərabər eləyirik, sonra da g0 çıxılsın, g2 yazırıq, cavab çıxır.
Right. We have to open table. Okay, what was quadratic equation from ax squared plus bx plus c, right? You can see that we have a, b, c, three letter. It means that if we know three point, we can use table. -1, -4, -2, -43, 1 at -160. Then we have here add regression. When you put add regression, you will get it is function quadratic. But you have to change it to quadratic regression. It's not linear. Then you have to press that one, export. Then you will get this equation here. Then write here q of x. Yes, then write here q of 0 minus q of 2. 312. You can see we didn't use any formula of vertex here, unfortunately, because we have decimals. But without decimals, you can do it like that. You have to use vertex formula, a multiplied by x minus h squared plus k. It's vertex forum. H is x vertex, and we can write it here -1, so it will be +1. And instead of k, we can write -4. Okay. Then you can put that one here in equation. Then you can find value of a. Then you can also write instead of a, it is value. It will be -39. Then you have to write here q of x, and you have to write here q of 0 minus q of 2. You will also get answer, but it will be longer. If you are fast at keyboard, you can, you can write, you can use table. It will take less than 30 seconds. But if
Bir
you,
də Məlik,
bəli,
ora Üstə gələ basırıq table açmaq üçün. Normal klavyəyə table yazanda table açılmış. Keçən dəfə gördüm.
Ha, bilmirdim. Yaxşı. Yaxşıymış onda. Bunu istifadə eləmiyorlar. But if you don't use Desmos, I mean, if you look Desmos method here, and if you don't practice this question at home, you can solve them at exam. I saw also some students when they use table, for example, they are writing here 10, 20, and etc. Yeah, mesela yani. For example, you have question like that. You have to write here quadratic equation from ax squared 1 bx plus c. Maybe you can forget writing 1 also for this x, and you will get no answer here. You can do this type of mistake, so you have to practice it. It can seem easy for you, but you have to practice it. Also, when you have 2 here, it will be not correct. I mean, when you solving question, you have to write them in Desmos. Ümumiyyətlə, sual işləmək lazımdır. Bəzi uşaqlar olur, baxırlar dərsdə. Hə, Desmosda. Bəzi uşaqlar olur, məsələn, suala baxır, görür ki, hə, həlli budur, deyir ki, asandır, yadımda qaldı. Sonra imtahanda yaza bilmirlər. Çünki yaddan çıxır, nə sorsa da yaddan çıxır. Ya, o yaddan çıxanda da sən biraz həyəcanlanırsan və getdikcə daha da pis olur imtahan.
Belə sualları ən yaxşı praktik metodu mən eləyirəm ChatGPT ilə. Atıram bunu ChatGPT-yə, məsələn, təzə sualsa mənə 10 dənə eyni sualdan düzəldir.
O da yaxşı
Desmosluq
metoddur.
sual
Eləyə
10 dəfə
bilərsən.
yazıram, əlim də rahat öyrəşir. Həm də sual əzbər kimi olur.
Hə, o da ola bilər. Yaxşı fikirdir. Bunlar Notion-dadır, qarşıdır bu. Bunu ataram, tapa bilməzsən deyərsən. Okay, another question related to vertex is that one. It is harder than previous question. Eren, do you know how to solve it with Desmos?
Bunu bura yenə aça bilərik, amma x-intercept deyil. X-intercept isə yox, y-intercept deyil. X0 olacaq.
I mean, do you mean can we use table here?
No, we have the A and B, but we can do maybe in Desmos, but we can change a little bit something in
Yani ya
there.
bilirsən necə eləmək lazımdır.
Yox, yəni nəsə dəyişdirmək. İlk dəfə görürəm bu sualı.
Ha, tamam. Okay, here we have two options actually. We can use table or we can use paper-based method, let's say. Let's use paper first.
Altını səhvliklə yazmısınız ora.
This one.
Yes.
No. It's in question. Okay, you can write it like that. We know vertex form, right? I wrote previously. Y is equal to x minus a squared plus k, like that. Y is equal to, okay, what's vertex? Negative 8 and 1, right? So let's write instead of h negative 8, so it will plus 8, and k is equal to 1, right? Like that.
With y is 9.
This one.
No.
Ah, okay, no, it's 8. Right, thank you. Okay, vertex, so we use this one, negative 8 and 1, and we got that one, right? Okay, now we have to find a. If you don't know a, it's not whole equation or whole function. You cannot write instead of a 1, you have to calculate it with using that one, negative 9 and negative 1, negative 1 and negative 9. If you calculate it, you will get probably, I think it was 2. Yeah, negative 2. Okay, after that, we can write instead of y, negative 2. Then after that, we found the equation. Then write instead of y f of x, like that. Then say that we have another function which is equal to 6 f of x, like that. Then it says that what's the difference between their y-intercept? Right here, f of 0 minus 6 or q of 0. 635. Do you have any question from here?
Bunu imenni paper-based eləmək lazımdır, onu da beni sor.
Actually, we can also use table if you want. Şəklini seçsənsə
Yəni şəklini çəkim də. Hə, tamam.
seçsin. Seçsin. Hə, tamam. Bunu YouTube'a yükləyəcəm bu arada.
Bir de no need.
Evet, yazıyorsun. Okay, also we can use table here. For table, first take vertex and write here in middle. Negative 8 and 1. Negative 9 and negative 1. So we got something like that, right? Okay, if you press this one, and if you select quadratic, it will be like that. So you can see that this is not vertex, but it is vertex. So what's the meaning of vertex? It must start from here. So this point must be in here, right? So from here we can think it like that. If it is vertex, if you have point here, it means that you have another point here because parabola is symmetric. And what's the value of this point? You can see that it is y are same, right? So it is negative 1. And you can see that if from here to here it is 1 unit, so it must be also 1 unit, so it is negative 7. Did you understand how to find third point? Başa düşdünüz bunu? Sen başa düşdün? Yox. Bura vertex-i düzdür. Vertex nədir? Yəni belə gəlsin. Burada bir nöqtə varsa burada da olmalıdır və sən bunu tapsan. Hə. Buradan bura 1 ise buradan da bura 1. After that you can press that one because we have already 3 point. Then press quadratic and you will get this equation. Then write here f of x. Then write here f of 0 minus 6 f of 0. 635. And also it's a positive. If you get negative here, it means that you have to take this absolute value. It must be positive. Any question from here?
Bunun üçün yaxşı vizion lazımdır. Yəni görmək lazımdır ora.
Uh,
Bilərəm.
It asked twice, by the way, and also I saw another question type related to that one. They are giving one vertex point and one another point. So you have two solution method. One of them with table like that. One of them using first method. Do you have any question from here? Burada qəşəng bir dənə sual var. O vertex aiddir və çətindir. Baxın buradadır. Demək. Okay, that one. It's from August and it is from, by the way, Model 1. Model 1, 11th question. Model 1, 11 sual.
Yes.
Ne gözlüyüm. Okuyabilirsiniz yoksa bunu şey diyeyim, skan edeyək ChatGPT-də. O mümkündür yani.
No.
Okay.
I think we should write there as a table.
Okay. So what we need to write in table?
Like population, it's probably gonna be population is gonna be Y, and the rate is gonna be like X.
Okay. So what's your opinion about it? Okay, what points we have here? Okay, 0, 0. What about next one, Temurat?
17.
Uh, 0.200 and y 7,000 I think.
Sen,
X 7000.
tamam. Lady, you say X is 7,000. What's your opinion? Which one, 7,000, X or Y?
Y I think.
Okay, and Teymuraz, you say also Y is 7,000. Okay, let's
Yeah.
look. Here it says that quadratic model gives the predicted rate of change. Okay, so when say like that, when say f of x shows something, this something is y. So here rate of change is y actually. So 0.2 is y. Like that. So what did you say? You say y is equal to 7,000, right? Okay. So it was actually like this. This is clear for everyone. So when it say quadratic model gives the predicted rate of change, it is y. So it means that 7,000 is x and 0.2 is y. You can think it like that, or you can think it like this. It says that maximum is 0.2, and we say that for vertex, y is maximum. Yeah, maximum is y for all the time. So 0.2 is y. From here, you have two options. You can use paper. You can solve it manually. You can use vertex form, or you can find that one. What's your opinion? If it is vertex, middle one. If it is first point, what's the third one?
Bura 700 olur.
No, no, no, no, no.
700.
No.
700.
Yeah, like that. What did you say, Teymuraz?
I think we should put 700 in X.
Yeah. I mean, we did it. We did it. We are looking for third one. What's your opinion about third one? Yeah, o bence bu öyle değildi. Yok. Okay, you want to use this formula, right? X vertex is equal to x1 plus x2 over 2, right? But you write it like this: 0 plus 7,000 over 2. 0 is x1, correct. What about 7,000? Is it x2 or x vertex? Yeah, it's vertex because it's vertex point. From here, you need to find. And 0 because the x-intercept. You can see it is y vertex and it have to be middle. Any correction from here? Tamam. Then you have to press that one. Then you have to press quadratic. So you got something like that. You can see it's very complicated. Then write it here. Then say that population size is equal to 700 and we say that x is equal to 700, right? I mean, population size is x. Let's look what we will get. Yes. But you cannot write that part in answer, so it is the answer. Any question? Yoksa.
Was like a white German question or
Dot? Unscored, do you mean, or?
yani şıklı mıydı yoksa şey?
No, it was open-ended, not multiple choice. Okay, what most student make here? Çok talebe ağrır. They think it like that. If for 0.2 it is 7,000, for 700 it is 0.1 to over 100. Because it is PDF answerable 0.02. That's why most students think it is like that. But it doesn't say linear. If it's a linear, if it's a constant rate, then it can be correct. I mean, if it was linear, you can write it like that. Then you can select the linear. Then you can find it like this. It's correct, but it doesn't say linear. Okay, let's look second one. After identifying, we have 0 points. And we have 7,000 and 0.2 points, which is vertex. We can find this equation just using vertex form. Okay, then let's write instead of A 0.2. Then let's write instead of K 7000. Then let's write it like that. It is 0. It is 0. You can find value of A like that. Beləydi bu. Məncə biraz fərqli rəqəm idi. Mən deyəsən səhv yazdım. Okay, it was 7000. Okay, it was 7000.
This is quadratic form.
It is quadratic form for vertex. So when question related to vertex, it is better to use that one. So A is equal to that one. You can use also this one. You can, but if you don't want to use decimals, you can find A from here. This is not very complicated. It is negative 0.2 over 7000 square, like that. Then you must take that one and you have to write the value of A here. Actually, it understands A is equal to this one. Then you have to just write instead of X 700, then you have to calculate it by yourself. Ama yani hesap cevabı burada olacak da var. The answer is 0.038. Bayaq mı almışdı? Bayaq da belə aldı. Tamam. Okay, do you have any question from quadratic equation, vertex? I mean, from question which we look until here. If no, we will look at its remaining part for next lesson. We will look next Sunday more word problem related to vertex, more word problem related to quadratic equation, proper interval method. They are also hard. And we will look at advanced math 3, which is exponential function, symmetric question, and etc. display question. This part, advanced math 3, is the hardest part of exam. It's my opinion. Okay, after finishing this advanced math part, at 25 May, we will look algebra if you want. After that, I can put another lesson at Wednesday. We can look, for example, geometry or data analysis. Çünkü vaxt qalmayacaqdı imtahana, düzdür. Okay, we can look, for example, geometry at Wednesday at exam week. And we can look data analysis at Friday if you want, if you have time. Okay, it's all for today. For Thursday to December exam, it is 2 model 2. Okay, it's all. And also, if you have time, try to solve question from Essay Tashkent, and I will send this link to you. This one.